Hello. So I was wrong, and I can admit that. Until this video, I had no idea Ghosts of Tabor used application space warp, and I couldn't find any information on it. In my previous video, I explained that Ghosts of Tabor ran in 36 frames per second. However, Ghosts of Tabor utilizes the new technology application space warp. Application space warp, or ASW, allows an app to render at a half rate, so 36 frames versus 72 frames, while the system still synthesizes at the full refresh rate to display, allowing substantially more time for both CPU and GPU in each frame. I spoke with Infish, one of the developers of Tabor, and he explained that the game is supposed to run at 36 frames if you're running Oculus Debug or metrics. However, the game actually runs much smoother than that, and he did objectively say, though, that the roller coaster of frame rates per second was still very much on them. But thanks to one of my subscribers here suggested using SideQuest and Quest Optimizer. I won't be covering Quest Optimizer as a tutorial, but will show gameplay footage using Quest Optimizer. I just don't think with my testing over the weekend that any of its features really do anything different than what SideQuest can do, but that is just totally my opinion. I just want to provide solutions that are free for people to use, just like hitting the subscribe button, which is also totally free. So you will need to head over to SideQuest VR and download the advanced desktop installer. Downloading the SideQuest VR advanced installer for your operating system, I'd imagine that like 99% of you it's going to be Windows. There is a small note here that you will need to have developer mode enabled on your Quest 2, and if you are unsure how to do that, I will leave a link in the description box below for a really good tutorial on that. So once SideQuest is installed, you're simply going to plug your headset into your computer and answer aloud to all of the prompts that will pop up in your headset. If you have successfully made it this far, you will see in the top left corner of SideQuest app that your headset is connected. From here, you're going to click on the wrench icon. This will allow you to change various performance metrics within your headset. This is all safe to do in your headset. However, there are some pros and cons we will talk about in the gameplay portion of this video. I found that setting the GPU and CPU level to 4 and the FOV rendering to high created the best results for me in Tabor. Keep in mind, if your headset dies or you restart your headset, you have to apply all of these settings over again. So let's start with the SideQuest VR settings first. Overall, I think that there is a slight improvement to the FPS in the game. We're going to be looking at the ASW FPS, that is the FPS the game is actually achieving using space warp, and there is a slight performance increase and the dips are a little less frequent. However, the drops are still there, and the game overall maybe feels about 10% better than it does without any of the applied SideQuest modifications. Taking a look at the Quest Game Optimizer, which keep in mind is a $10 paid app on itch.io, we see very similar results throughout the island. I don't think that a similar 10% increase in performance would justify spending $10 on an app where you can do it for free on SideQuest. Overall, I think that if you are still playing Ghosts of Tabor on the Quest 2 standalone version, this is something that you should probably do, but keep in mind that it's going to drain your battery faster and you are maxing out your hardware, which could potentially be putting extra strain on your Quest 2. I definitely think it makes it slightly more playable, but ultimately in my findings, it's really just a marginal increase in performance. We really need to see the optimizations come from the developers first. But thank you very much for watching. Hopefully this works out for some of you, and I will see you all on the island.